Hello, coaches and basketball enthusiasts. Welcome to the Coach Carvalho podcast, the podcast that explores the world of statistically based basketball strategies and bold training methods. I'm Coach Carvalho, your host, and in today's episode, I am excited to analyze the current NCAA Division I men's basketball season to date and explore how teams can leverage analytics to compete at the same level with traditional powerhouses, ultimately achieving success in their conferences and NCAA tournament. As we approach March Madness, the buzz and anticipation surrounding the NCAA Division I men's basketball season continue to build. The journey to the Final Four promises intense games with fans eagerly anticipating impressive athleticism, shooting, and displays of talent on the court. I have always been fascinated by the games and the level of intensity as I closely analyze the strategies and skills displayed by both players and teams in these games in pursuit of victory. Reflecting on the season thus far, I have observed a notable change in the game, particularly regarding the team's emphasis and utilization of the three-point shot as their primary offensive strategy. Teams are putting a lot of emphasis on the three-point shot as their primary way to score. At the same time, this shift has added a new layer to their offensive strategies, forcing defenses to have to adjust to these changes. While the offensive proficiency displayed is impressive, I am hopeful as a coach committed to excellence that defensive efficiency also becomes a focal point for the teams, particularly as we approach this critical phase of the season. While the ability to sink a three pointer is undeniably crucial, it is equally important to strike a balance to gameplay, ensuring that the focus on the three-point shot does not overshadow other fundamental aspects of the game, such as defense. As an advocate for the integration of data driven strategies in basketball, I am firm in my belief that statistical analysis holds the key to revolutionizing the way teams develop and execute game plans. In today's highly competitive basketball, relying solely on traditional strategies and scouting methods is no longer sufficient to stay ahead of the game. Embracing the power of data analytics can provide teams with a significant competitive edge. By embracing statistical analysis as a fundamental tool in the coaching arsenal, teams can unlock new levels of success and performance that were previously unattainable. Statistical analysis offers coaches valuable insights, allowing for more informed decision making and strategic planning. This data driven approach not only enhances on court performance, but also fosters a culture of continuous improvement and innovation within the team. While offensive talent is crucial, a well rounded team must also prioritize defensive strategies to succeed on the court, especially during the upcoming phase of the season. Balancing offensive proficiency with defensive efficiency is essential for sustained success in competitive basketball. In this process, I see stat based strategies as a tool that can empower teams with inferior talent to compete on a level playing field with the powerhouses. With the assistance of analytics, teams can deploy intelligent data driven defensive and offensive systems that optimize efficiency and player performance. Success is no longer reserved for the powerhouses, but is within reach of any team willing to harness the power of statistics and analytics. In today's NCAA, thanks to the abundance of recruitable athletes, including foreign players, and the new regulations, teams outside of the powerhouses now have the chance to recruit talented and athletic individuals who can be developed into elite players more quickly. This diminishes the shortage of recruitable players as a reason for the disparity among teams. Additionally, analytics are available to assist coaches in further leveling the playing field on the court. Teams no longer have to rely solely on recruiting top tier players to stay competitive. Instead, the focus should be shifted toward implementing smart, data driven defensive and offensive systems that maximize efficiency and player performance. By focusing on defense and making it a focal point of the coaching philosophy, teams can elevate their game to the next level and position themselves for success in the crucial games ahead. While offensive talent is undeniably crucial, a comprehensive approach demands equal attention to defensive strategies, particularly during the next critical phase of the season. Remember that offense may sell tickets and win games, but the defense wins championships. With the rise of analytics and data driven strategies, there is a newfound opportunity for teams with inferior talent to level the playing field through defense. This shift in approach not only changes the way teams strategize on the court, but also opens up a world of possibilities for coaches and players alike to defy the status quo. I firmly believe that statistical analysis can play a pivotal role and allow teams to compete with powerhouse programs on a more even playing field. In this new era of data driven college basketball, it's not just about who has the most talented players, but who can leverage data and analytics to maximize their team's potential, thus reshaping the landscape of college basketball. Looking ahead to this season and beyond, it is evident that data driven strategies are crucial and will continue to be so. Teams that embrace this approach will have a clear advantage on the court. As coaches, it is time to rise above the status quo and strive for greatness. By embracing data driven strategies and fostering a culture of excellence, teams can compete for championships and defy expectations. The key lies in embracing data driven strategies and cultivating a culture of excellence. Teams can position themselves to compete for championships and exceed expectation. A key factor in this endeavor is establishing a unified coaching staff that prioritizes skill development, strategic planning, and dedication to higher objectives. In my recent podcast episode, I underscored the significance of teams embracing a more balanced approach to their game. It is perplexing to witness the nation's top ranked team maintaining such a low defensive ranking. The status quo is unsustainable, and if teams persist in neglecting their defensive play, the outcome becomes all too predictable. Looking forward to March, I hold an optimistic view regarding the transformative potential of data driven coaching in NCAA basketball. By prioritizing balance, excellence, and innovation, coaches can guide their teams to unprecedented levels of success. As data and analytics increasingly shape college basketball, coaches are now evaluated based on their ability to utilize data to enhance player performance and game strategies rather than solely on their recruiting prowess. In conclusion, I extend my best wishes to all the teams and conferences as they navigate the remainder of the season, reaffirming that in this new era of data driven college basketball, success is determined not only by having the most talented players, but also by how effectively teams leverage data and analytics. Well, coaches, that wraps up today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to the Coach Carvalho podcast. If you found it helpful, please show your support by leaving likes on our podcast website. Your engagement is vital in attracting on-site advertisements. Also, remember that you can access our podcast on various platforms, including TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Player FM, and more. Just search for Coach Carvalho Podcast to catch up on all of our episodes. Coaches, I look forward to having you as our guest on our next episode. Until then, keep striving for that perfect balance between offense and defense on the court, and enjoy the challenges of competition ahead. This is Coach Carvalho signing off.